Earthquakes in the Philippines aren't a question of if, they're a question of when. The Philippines experiences over 150 earthquakes per year, and experts warn that the big one, a magnitude 7.2 plus earthquake on the Valley Fault System, could strike Metro Manila at any time. When it happens, your survival will depend on the decisions you make in the seconds, minutes, and hours that follow. This is your complete guide to surviving an earthquake in the Philippines. The time to prepare for an earthquake is now, not when the ground is shaking. Every Filipino household should have an earthquake emergency kit that can sustain your family for at least 72 hours. Here's what you need. Water, 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days. For a family of 4, that's 12 gallons. Store in sealed containers away from sunlight. Food, non-perishable items that don't require cooking. Canned goods, instant noodles, crackers, energy bars. Don't forget a manual can opener. Include food for infants and elderly family members. First aid supplies, bandages, gauze, antiseptic, pain relievers, prescription medications for at least 1 week, scissors, tweezers. If family members take daily medications, keep extra supplies in your kit. Light and communication, flashlights with extra batteries, never candles, which can cause fires. A battery-powered or hand-crank radio to receive emergency updates, power banks to charge phones, important documents, copies of IDs, birth certificates, property titles, insurance papers, bank information, store in waterproof bags, cash. ATMs may not work after an earthquake. Keep at least 5,000 to 10,000 pesos in small bills. Personal items, change of clothes, blankets, towels, toiletries, sanitary supplies. Tools, Swiss Army knife, wrench to turn off gas and water, duct tape, plastic sheeting, garbage bags. Store your emergency kit in an accessible location. Every family member should know where it is. Walk through every room in your house and identify the safest places during an earthquake. Safe spots include under sturdy tables or desks, against interior walls away from windows, and in doorways of load-bearing walls, though this is less safe than under furniture. Dangerous spots to avoid include near windows, mirrors, or glass, under ceiling fans or hanging lights, near tall, unsecured furniture, and in kitchens near appliances and dishes. Practice drop, cover, and hold on with your family. Make it a drill, especially for children. Earthquakes don't just shake, they throw things. Secure heavy furniture by bolting tall bookcases, cabinets, and water heaters to wall studs. In the Philippines, many homes have hollow block walls. Use appropriate anchors rated for seismic activity. Secure appliances by strapping down refrigerators, water dispensers, and televisions. Store heavy items low. Put heavy objects on lower shelves. Fragile items and breakables should be secured or removed from high places. Know your utilities. Learn how to turn off gas, water, and electricity. Label the shut-off valves. After a major earthquake, you may need to shut these off to prevent fires or flooding. Earthquakes don't wait for everyone to be home. Establish a meeting point outside your home where family members will gather after an earthquake. Make it specific. The neighbor's gate, not somewhere outside. Have an out-of-area contact. Phone lines within affected areas may be down. Designate a relative or friend in another city as your family's contact point. Everyone checks in with them. Plan for different scenarios. What if the earthquake happens while you're at work? While kids are at school? During traffic? Discuss these scenarios. Practice evacuations. Do earthquake drills at home. Time how long it takes to get everyone out safely. When the shaking starts, you have seconds to react. If you're indoors, drop, cover, and hold on. This is the single most important action you can take. Drop immediately to your hands and knees. This prevents you from being knocked down and allows you to move if needed. Cover by getting under a sturdy desk or table. If nothing is available, crawl to an interior wall away from windows and cover your head and neck with your arms. Hold on to your shelter. Be prepared to move with it if it shifts. Stay in position until the shaking stops. Do not run outside. Most injuries happen when people try to evacuate during shaking. Don't stand in doorways. This is outdated advice that doesn't provide adequate protection. Don't get near windows. Flying glass is a major cause of injuries. Don't use elevators. They may malfunction or trap you. If you're outdoors, move away from buildings, power lines, and trees. Falling debris, broken glass, and collapsing structures are the main dangers. Drop to the ground if the shaking is violent. Stay there until it stops. If you're in a crowded area like a mall or church, don't rush for the exits. Drop, cover your head, and wait for the shaking to stop. Stampedes kill more people than earthquakes in these situations. If you're in a vehicle, pull over safely and stop. Avoid stopping under overpasses, bridges, power lines, or buildings. Stay inside the vehicle. Your car will shake, but it provides protection from falling objects. Set your parking brake and wait for the shaking to stop. After the shaking stops, proceed cautiously. Watch for road damage, fallen power lines, and collapsed bridges. If you're in a high-rise building, do not use elevators. Drop, cover, and hold on under sturdy furniture. Modern buildings in the Philippines are designed to sway during earthquakes. The swaying is intentional. It prevents collapse. The movement will be frightening, but it's keeping you safe. After the shaking stops, use stairs to evacuate. Check each floor for damage as you descend. The first earthquake is usually not the last. Aftershocks can occur minutes, hours, or even days after the main quake. Some aftershocks can be almost as strong as the initial earthquake. Every time you feel shaking, repeat, drop, cover, and hold on. The earthquake has stopped. Now what? Check yourself for injuries. If you're bleeding or hurt, treat yourself first before helping others. Check others around you. Provide first aid if needed. Don't move seriously injured people unless they're in immediate danger. Put on shoes immediately. There will be broken glass and debris everywhere. Check for hazards. Look for gas leaks. If you smell gas, shut off the main valve, open windows, and evacuate. Check for electrical damage. If you see sparks or frayed wires, shut off electricity at the main breaker. Look for structural damage, cracks in walls, tilted buildings, fallen beams. If your building is damaged, evacuate immediately. Don't go back inside for belongings. Check your phone but limit usage. Networks will be overloaded. Send texts instead of calling. They're more likely to get through. Contact your out-of-area contact to let them know you're safe. Monitor emergency broadcasts on battery-powered radio. NDRRMC and local government units will broadcast instructions. Don't spread rumors or unverified information. During disasters, false information causes unnecessary panic. Only evacuate if your building is structurally damaged, there's a fire or gas leak, authorities order evacuation, or you're in a tsunami zone. If evacuating, bring your emergency kit. Use stairs, never elevators. Watch for falling debris and power lines, and head to your pre-designated meeting point. Know your barangay evacuation center. Every community in the Philippines has designated evacuation areas. If you're in a coastal area and feel a strong earthquake, don't wait for a warning. Evacuate to high ground immediately. In the Philippines, tsunamis can arrive in as little as 20-30 minutes after a major underwater earthquake. Move inland and uphill. Don't stop until you're at least 10 meters above sea level and 2 kilometers inland. Don't return until authorities declare it safe. Tsunamis come in multiple waves. The first wave is often not the largest. Check utilities carefully. If you smell gas or hear hissing, shut off the main valve. Don't turn it back on yourself. Only the gas company should do this. Shut off the main water line if pipes are damaged to prevent flooding and contamination. If you see sparks, broken wires, or smell burning, shut off power at the main breaker. Don't flush toilets until you've confirmed sewage lines are intact. Don't light matches or use open flames until you're certain there are no gas leaks. Document everything with photos for insurance claims. Don't enter heavily damaged buildings. Wait for structural engineers to inspect them. Stay out of disaster areas unless you're authorized personnel. Sightseers interfere with rescue operations. Earthquakes are traumatic events. You may experience anxiety and fear of aftershocks, difficulty sleeping, flashbacks and nightmares, or emotional numbness. These are normal reactions. Don't ignore them. For children, they may become clingy, have nightmares, or regress to earlier behaviors. Maintain routines as much as possible. Let them talk about their feelings. Seek professional help if symptoms persist for more than a few weeks. The Department of Health and various NGOs provide post-disaster mental health services. Document all damage before starting repairs. Take detailed photos and videos. Contact your insurance company immediately if you have earthquake insurance. Most standard home insurance in the Philippines doesn't cover earthquakes. You need a specific rider. Get structural assessments before repairing or re-entering damaged buildings. Many buildings that look intact have hidden structural damage. Be cautious of contractor scams. After disasters, unlicensed contractors often take deposits and disappear. Use licensed, bonded contractors. The Valley Fault system runs through Metro Manila and nearby provinces. When it ruptures, and experts say it's overdue, it will cause catastrophic damage. Expected impact of a 7.2 magnitude earthquake on the valley. Fault, 34,000 deaths, 100,000 plus injuries, 340,000 destroyed homes, 3.5 million displaced people, and economic losses of over 2 trillion pesos. Cities most at risk include Quezon City, Marikina, Pasig, Makati, Taguig, and Muntinlupa. The Valley Fault hasn't ruptured in over 400 years. The longer a fault goes without moving, the more energy builds up. When it finally releases, the earthquake will be massive. This isn't fear-mongering, this is reality. PHIVOLCS has mapped the fault lines. They've published the damage projections. The question isn't if, but when. Your preparation today determines your survival when the big one hits. Earthquakes are inevitable in the Philippines. We can't prevent them. We can't predict them with precision, but we can prepare for them. We can know what to do. We can practice. We can have supplies ready. We can plan with our families. The difference between tragedy and survival often comes down to the decisions made in the first few seconds and the preparations made in the weeks and months before. Don't wait for the ground to start shaking to think about earthquake preparedness. Start today. Make your emergency kit this week. Have the conversation with your family. Secure your home. Practice your drills. When the big one comes, and it will, you'll be ready. Your life and the lives of your family depend on it. Drop, cover, hold on. Stay safe, Philippines.